So this is everything but food. We did the video on food, so let's get into these non-food items and see what you should be stockpiling or having on hand, okay? So the first item, I'm reading off a list, so the first item is cash. You want to have some cash available. Now, it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be, you know, hundreds of dollars, but you need some cash. If the power goes down, if the ATMs aren't working, anything like that. If you need to bargain for something, you want to have cash, okay? So have a little bit of cash on you. Take your time, put a little bit away per month, and you'll have some cash, okay? The second thing I think is really important is a book. So a spiritual or a fun book, whatever you prefer. But a spiritual book is really good. Whatever you believe in, whatever you enjoy, wherever you get your inspiration and your kind of resilience from. That's what you want, okay? So then the third thing is a medical kit. So have a very, very good medical kit. Again, it doesn't have to be big, just your basic bandages, you know, Band-Aids, an antibiotic ointment, just those things, you know, like aspirin or Tylenol, a disinfectant, just those kind of things, okay? So you don't have to go crazy, just have a well-stocked medical kit, okay? Then you want to make sure you have water. Now, I probably mentioned that in the food one, the non-perishable video, but I want to mention it here as well. Without water, you are screwed, and everybody's screwed without water, okay? So we need to have some water on hand, and from what I understand, you need 1 liter per day per person, and that would be plenty of water, okay? And then some soap. So just some good old-fashioned soap would do, any kind, whether it's bar, liquid, whatever you want. Bar soap is probably best, so have some soap on hand. Then if you can, extra vitamins or the pills that you need to take. If you're taking heart pills, maybe it's a good idea to have a couple of weeks of your pills on hand that you could use in an emergency, okay? So, you know, things that are your life-threatening illnesses, try to have some of those pills on stock, okay? Lighters or matches, you definitely need that. Number 8 is candles. So again, another very, very important thing is candles. So you want to make sure that you have candles. They can provide heat, they can provide something to cook over or warm something over. They can provide light. Candles are important, okay? A flashlight or a lantern. So both of those could also be used for light, right? And we need to be able to see in the dark, especially if you live in a climate that, you know, where the sun sets early or you have winter and it's dark a lot. You want to make sure you have a flashlight or candles and extra batteries, okay? But I think I have that on here somewhere. So number 10, wood. So if you can have wood, that's fine. If you don't have place for it, that's okay too. Okay, so, but wood is good. Maybe a few pellets, the fire burning pellets. Maybe those would store better. Maybe a small bag of those. Anything like that that you could burn, okay? Number 11, blankets. So you need one good one per person, okay? If at all possible. And then a fan. If you live in a hot climate, you want to have some kind of fan. And I mean, if there's no hydro, if your hydro's off in an emergency, whatever, you won't be able to use it, but unless it's battery operated, right? Which would take a lot of batteries, so I don't know. But I think a fan is good to have. Hand sanitizer. Again, you know, you don't want to catch illnesses, disease, anything like that. So hand sanitizer is very good. Toilet paper, you know, I mean, in a crisis, you know, you use whatever, right? But toilet paper would be kind of convenient, right? And very, very nice to have. Shampoo. So again, and you can use soap, but shampoo is easy and it works really, really well. So yeah, so shampoo is a good one. Number 16, I have a generator. So most of us will not have a generator, but you know, if you have a home and if you have the means, you have the money and stuff, a generator might not be a bad idea. So you want to think about that, okay? And then number 17 is bleach. Again, keeping things sanitary, right? So bleach could be an important item to have. Number 18, a battery-powered radio, okay? So I think for communication purposes, very important. Also a battery-powered charger for your phone. So I have a little one, and I used it at events when I would do tarot readings. If I didn't have a plug available to plug in my phone or whatever, I would use this battery-powered charger. And it took a 1 AA battery, and it works really, really good. So you can get these little battery chargers for your, you know, that you can charge up your phone or whatever, and you know, any kind of electronics, your computer, your phone, or have a battery-powered radio. Okay, both are very, very important. I never knew what order to put these in, right? The next thing I see is extra batteries. So with all that stuff that you need extra batteries. So get a bunch of those. I know it's quite pricey to buy the extra batteries, but you'd be hooped without them, right? So do your best. Maybe buy a few at a time, you know, until you have enough stockpiled, right? 20 is a solar charger. So I don't have one of those, but I'm sure you can buy them. I'm not sure on the price. I will check them out. I'll put a link below. I'll put a link to a bunch of this stuff below that you can purchase, okay? But I would check out dollar stores, stuff like that for a lot of it, okay? And then whatever you can't, Amazon is good, okay? A pocket knife, very, very handy. And if you got one of those Swiss Army knives, I believe that's what they're called. They have all kinds of gadgets on them. That would be perfect. So yeah, so a Swiss Army knife. That's hard to say, but a Swiss Army knife. What else do I have here? So number 22, I have a hammer. So a hammer's, you know, I mean, it's good to have. You can break nuts. You can break, you know, you can just break your way out of things. I don't know. A hammer's good to have. A shovel. You know, you may need a shovel, right? You may need to dig your way into something, out of something, you know, make a little divot in the ground, you know, to start a fire, whatever you need to do, right? So a shovel is good. If you live in an apartment, if you can't do it, don't do it, okay? Number 24, work gloves. So there may be things that you have to kind of do that are either gross or they're hard. So they're hard on your hands. So work gloves would be very good, okay? And then number 25, a few trash bags would be really handy. So throw in a few trash bags. They take up no room at all. They're cheap, so get some trash bags, okay? And then 27, I think it's important to have extra socks. So just get nice warm socks, put a few of those away, and just have them there, okay? If your feet are warm, your head's warm, so you need hat and socks, right? So if your feet are warm, your head's warm, you're gonna be a lot warmer, okay? So make sure hat, socks, all right? Then 28, I have toothpaste, toothbrush, and eraser. Now, these are really conveniences, right? But toothbrush is necessary. You need to be able to clean your teeth, even if you're using vinegar, even if you're using, you know, it doesn't matter what, right? But clean your teeth every day, right? So toothpaste would be great. Toothbrush and razors, again, a convenience, okay? Number 29, vegetable seeds. So I don't know, if a disaster happens in the spring where you could plant something or inside, and you're stuck inside and you could plant some seeds, that would be awesome, right? So I don't know if you're, I don't know, but vegetable seeds at least makes you feel like you can take care of yourself. It makes me feel like I could take care of myself if I had the seeds to grow some food, right? So it just makes me feel good. So more than anything, right? But I'm going to get some. And then the last thing, the 30th thing, and I think it's so important, and people often miss this one, and is our pet supplies. So if you have pets, what are you going to do if you've got nothing for them? You know, you don't have any food for them. You don't have any of their toys. You don't have anything for them at all. A blanket to sit on, to lay on, you know? So you want to make sure that you're thinking about pet supplies as well. Maybe a little coat for them or a little sweater for them, you know, depending on what kind of pet you have. So yeah, so I think that's something that's often overlooked that we need to look at. So there are your 30 items that they're non-food items that you should have. There's a few more than 30 because some of them have a few in the one thing, right? But get as many as you can. You don't have to get them all, but just whatever makes sense. Take your time, you know, do it slowly, but get it done, okay? And the sooner you have that, again, I'm going to put them in a box, put them under my bed, wrap them up in plastic or in a blanket or something, okay? I have those little storage boxes you can buy at Amazon. Whatever you want, okay? So put them in, and then you can pull them out every so often, check everything, make sure it's all okay, and put it back under your bed. And then that's it, okay? So then you're all set. You'll have 30 non-perishable foods, and you'll have 30 items that you can use in a disaster or in an emergency situation. So this is it for this video, guys. Bright blessings.